Hi guys, this is a quick review on the first class for how to conquer Yetzer Hara. So, the class was based on, well, actually, three books. It's first one is How to Conquer Yetzer Hara, written to Heller, and the second book is Reaching New Heights, with this mainly based on the like 80% of it. It's well, actually more than that. It's Ribbon Yerushalmi's Reaching New Heights, and the other book is Love Like Fire and Water. Forgot the author, but anyway. So mainly, high points of the class were Rebbitzin Heller's point of view, how to conquer Yetzer Hara, is a very practical in a sense, in terms of that if for instance, it's kind of like a guide, and you say, okay, for example, if you go to the supermarket and you encounter somebody who is speaking, like yelling at you or whatever, and the first thing that tells you what do you think to do, okay, the first question I need to ask myself is, will Hashem want me to do this? How will Hashem want me to respond? And then in that moment, you retract yourself. And then you go back and you retract and you think about that. And accordingly to what you have studied of the Torah, and then you pull back and then you think about it and you contemplate, you meditate on it. And then according to that, you respond. So it's the Rebbitzin Heller's point of view. It's more of you encounter this and then you do this and you encounter that and you do that. It's kind of like situation and answer to the situation kind of thing. So for me, it doesn't actually just change because change the person, because at some point you're going to be forgetting that, and it doesn't make something like as an actual change inside yourself, inside your actions and neshama and everything else. Doesn't make an actual change. If you counter to Rebbitzin Yerushalmi's how you should conquer Yetzer Hara point of view, it's more of a far more deeper way to actually make an actual change. That is used by studying the Torah. By first the sections are: first, you daven, but you daven with kavanah, with intention. The second thing to do right after that, you study. You mean like Tanakh, Chumash, Talmud, whatever it may be, but you study, and you have to study out loud. That way, your mind, in a way, records what it's reading instead of like silently, and so it makes for you to acknowledge, and it's easier to bring the intention to what you're doing, what you're studying, and after that, it's kind of like we were talking about how it's building like a brick, like you're building something. Like it's not like a rock, because rock is not man-made. So the bricks are man-made. So while you're building spiritual bricks to protect yourself, and spiritually, that is against Yetzer Hara. So the first brick is davening. The second brick is studying the Torah. That way, and it actually protects everything else. It protects your mind from if you pour your mind with all like Torah, if you pour your mind with everything that has to do with Hashem, then it's harder for Yetzer Hara to attack you, because everything that you have in your mind and you're thinking about is Torah, is Hashem. It's just light. So if when you're studying and then his knowledge becomes your own, and it is so ingrained in your neshama, and it's so ingrained within yourself, that it's a lot easier to fight Yetzer Hara. And we're talking about the animal soul, which is the natural instinct of of a person, and it's not innately. Yetzer Hara is not, or an animal soul is not innately evil, but it is not. How do I put it? It is not. It is not rolled, or is not. It hasn't been molded. In terms of, it's attached from Hashem, from Hashem's essence. So if it's not an attachment to Hashem's essence, it becomes destructive. That is what happens when everything is not balanced. When you're not balanced, when Yetzer Hara is if Yetzer Hara is ruling your actions and is ruling your life, then it becomes destructive. And so, and what the Torah does is that in Hashem and all the knowledge and the protection that you build with davening and then studying Torah, it turns the animal soul, or Yetzer Hara, it turns it for good. It brings out the positive, the innate kindness that was supposed to be, that's there, but it's very, 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 very in. It's really sunk in. It's not out. So, as I was talking today about, in the Tanya class, it's kind of like when you have an electric and you peel everything off. You have to peel. It's like you're digging in. You keep digging in while you're davening and you're studying. You dig through the electric until you get to the part where and within the Yetzer Hara, that is the part that's good, and you pull it out, and flourishes. So, and with that you achieve a higher level of spirituality, a higher level of closeness with Hashem. So again, that's the only way to achieve that, is you actually have discipline. You have to take a decision to actually, not because you have to do it, but because you want to do it, and it's a decision you're making. It's your prerogative, and not because it's automatic. Make it conscious. Make it with intention. Make it a conscious effort to make it with intention, to make it with kavanah, with all your whole heart and your whole soul and your whole being, so that that your Hashem's essence comes and just pours you, and then you're able to actually have a fulfilling and more close there, more fulfilling relationship with Hashem, and actually get to know Him. Because there, like I mentioned before, I have said it several times, that there's no way you can know how to fulfill a mitzvah if you don't study it. There's no way that you can go closer to Hashem if you do not know who He is. Ways to know Him, you already know this. Ways to know Him is 1, the Torah. 2, you get to know His mitzvot, study them, even the ones that they're not applicable for today, and that's about it. So it's not easy. So it's because life goes on, and life is can make things more difficult too, to get to do this on a daily basis, because we have work to do, because we have kids, there's a number of things that's happening on our daily lives. So that's why I'm saying you have to do a conscious effort to do that, to achieve that, to say at this, when it's time for shacharit, well, I'm gonna sit down and gonna do this, even if it's just the mandatory prayers, but do it, and then let it become a habit. It becomes a habit. It becomes a lifestyle. And then, but also when it becomes a lifestyle, there's a danger in it becoming like something automatic, and then the kavanah and then the intention goes away. So you even if you do it automatically, you always have to make a conscious effort to include your intention in when you're davening or you're studying. Okay, so that's about it. That's the recap for it. And that's it, guys. If you have any questions, you can also go comment, or you can also go to the chat, and also you can, if you have not watched the whole video of this live, and you can always go back. And I also have YouTube channels, so you can go to those videos. and which is the same ones I'm doing right here. It's a review of both classes, the Hebrew class and how to conquer Yetzer Hara class. So small recap. It was a longer class, but just like this is just a review of it. And that's about it. Oh, the classes are only going to be every Sunday. The kiddos is going to be at 2 o'clock, and I hope that it's just 30 minutes. And after that, it's going to be at 3:30. It's going to be the adult class, the class number 2 for Conquer the Yetzer Hara, and it's the zero classes. Hold on, sorry. And it's going to be at 3:30. So if you want to be part of the class, or if you want to be part of it, it's just comment, and I'll add you to the group on Messenger, and there will be all classes there. I'm going to be posting all classes there, all the links to Zoom. And I am not going to be, I don't really want to be posting the Zoom classes on the YouTube, because I just want to keep everyone safe, even they're okay with having them on screen. I'd just rather be everyone safe. Okay, so that's about it, and take care, everyone. Good evening, guys. Bye. Mom.